Good day, everyone. Welcome to Virtual Concert Halls. We're a live classical music channel. I'm Anna Spitska, and I'll be co-host today.
Hello and welcome. We are connecting musicians and audiences from all around the world in real-time performances, music live, hearing it live all around the world. My name is Chris Chao, and I'll also be your co-host for today. Today we present Hello and welcome to the Virtual Concert Halls. Today we have the finals of the Sound Espressivo Global Competition. This competition was born out of the pandemic as a way to keep performing artists, first of all, musically alive, but also to keep the music alive, and so that we can have a community of musicians from all around the world communicating and playing for each other and performing live, and not just recorded, but live performances for the whole community.
For 2 days, today and tomorrow, in 6 total sessions, we'll broadcast performances of 41 finalists. These musicians, contestants of the Sound Espressivo competition, competed over several rounds, over several months. And now, finally, they're taking this final stage and competing for the top prizes. And they are here also to hear the live feedback from the international panel of judges.
And what's special about the finals is that we have not only a way for you to interact with us, so please leave comments and interact with us so that the contestants and the judges and all of us can find out what you liked and what your thoughts are. But we also have our audience prize, the James Adler Audience Favorite Award, and it's an incredible time for you to go to our website, and we have the link in our description below as well for you to vote for your favorite finalist.
Our mission is to empower musicians with new tools to enrich, with new thinking, to expand horizons of what's possible, what works in the modern environment, what can be a source of joy and great success for the modern musicians. We support rising musicians and instilling for them what it takes to be devoted in those challenging times, and how they can turn challenges into opportunities to be diverse, to be engaged, to be successful.
And as a previous contestant of the Sound Espressivo competition, I can tell you from first-hand experience that this is a really incredible platform for musicians to showcase their practice, their talent, their gifts, but also a way of presenting music that they may want to try, experiment with, and we're here to facilitate that. And also, our panel of judges will be here to give comments and live feedback after they perform in order for you to get a bit of closure after you've just poured your heart out for the audience.
Yeah, I think without any further ado, let's start introducing the judges. I'd like to... And first, I'd like to invite on stage Czech cellist Frantisek Brikcius, who is the top winner of many competitions, including Anglo-Czech competition in London, international string competition in London, and international string competition in other competitions. He's also an entrepreneur and a music director, artistic director of several festivals in Prague and in UK and in other countries. So welcome, Frantisek. It's a great honor to have you today with us.
Thank you, Anna. It's good to see you again. Thanks.
And our next judge that I want to introduce is Cang-Center. Annie, we've had on our broadcast before. Welcome back. It's really lovely to see you. A violist, pianist, and educator. Annie Chang-Center has performed all over the world as a soloist and chamber musician and orchestral musician. She's been a piano soloist in major symphony orchestras, but also she's a violist now as well. As a prize winner of the Irving Klein International String Competition. She performs chamber music all over the world with incredible musicians and ensembles, and so we're really happy to have you. Thank you for taking the time to be with us.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Next, I would like to introduce Angela Chan, recognized as the great-grand student of Alfred Cortot. Welcome, Angela. It's such a great pleasure to have you here. And Angela is an accomplished concert pianist, and you performed extensively worldwide. I'm not going to start on listing the countries where you've performed, and you were featured on Discovery Channel, on Global TV, on Australian television network, and a whole bunch of radio networks, which I don't want to say it's a soup of letters and numbers. And Angela also runs her own school, and she's a co-founding member and artistic director of several competitions. Angela, we're so proud that you're able to join us and share your expertise with the contestants. Welcome.
It's my pleasure to be here. I look forward to hearing everyone play. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Angela. We also have Philippe Chao, who's joining us today. He is a violist, a tenured member of the Kennedy Center Opera House Orchestra, and recently he was appointed the assistant professor of viola at the Texas Tech University School of Music. He spent his summer at the Grand Teton Music Festival, among other schools and festivals all around the US. And so thank you for joining us, Philip. It's a pleasure to have you with us today.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Agnes Tip is native of Hong Kong. Welcome, Agnes. It's a great pleasure to welcome you back. You're a violinist with the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra. You're a recent graduate from the Juilliard School, and you made your debut with BSO with Baltimore Symphony Orchestra during the pandemic in 2021, soloing with the orchestra. And you performed with a number of orchestras in Asia and Hong Kong, and you were seen in the Carnegie Hall and a variety of festivals, Tanglewood, Verbier, Bach Virtuoso Festival. You're a young star and you're all over the world. Welcome. It's such a great pleasure to welcome you to this panel.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. So we are ready to hear the contestants. Are we? Let's start introducing. This is the age group 19 through 25 and 15 to 18. I'm sorry, we're going to start with the younger group, 15 to 18, and then in the middle of the session we'll be moving to the 19 to 25 age group. And the first contestant I would like to invite on stage is Lila Nora Zsabó. She's a cellist from Hungary. She was nominated for the Virtuosity Artistic category. She will be accompanied by Agatha Lenart. And welcome on stage. It's all yours. Please take it. I'm seeing the message that Lila will be taking the second in the program, and the first will be Victoria Lipa, who is a guitarist from Ukraine, nominated in the Profound Artistic category. She has a large program she prepared for your attention. And Victoria, the stage is yours.
Hello, Victoria. I enjoyed your performance, especially the Prelude by Johann Sebastian Bach from the first solo cello suite. I like the timing, very relaxed, and I would love to hear you performing the whole suite for solo cello. Well done. Thank you for your performance tonight, and I wish you all the best.
Well, bravo. That was overall a very beautiful performance. You're a very beautiful, subtle, sweet player. And one thing I think that would be even more exciting for the audience is if you could just expand everything you're doing even more. So for instance, in the last piece, imagine a dancer using very exotic gestures and intricate footworks, that kind of thing. So internalize all the characters that you're playing and all the music you're playing. And I think that will help you project even more of the essence of everything you are already doing. So bravo, overall, really good playing. Thank you.
Hi, Victoria. Thanks for your performance. First of all, your playing is very wonderful, demonstrating assured preparation and very clear voicing. I have a few feedback for you is, first of all, when you're playing, try to maintain a more organic rhythm. I see that you are very subtle in your playing, but if you let your rhythm expand and be able to play it more freely, it will add an extra dimension to your playing. Now, your Bach is beautiful. And when you move to Fernando Soar, when you hear it, what I could suggest is follow through with your tones a little bit more. When you've played your melodic line, allow it to project and finish before you play another note or you finish it. There was occasionally some clipping, meaning you didn't let the tone completely unfold. And so you were cutting them a little short, and I would love to hear a little more about that elaboration. Also, you can allow your ornamentation to integrate more into your line. So rather than thinking of small piecemeal sections, try to link it together and be more expansive. I can hear you have the musicality inside yourself. Free it out so that, for example, you can apply it to the third piece, the Tárrega, the Capriccio, and listen very closely. With that rhythmic connection, you can form a very coherent and playful structure to demonstrate your inherent musicality. Thanks again for playing. Bravo.
Congratulations, Victoria. Thank you so much for your performance. That was really, really lovely. I just have a couple of things that I wanted to mention to you as you go forward in your music making. And just to remind you that music is not just something that we hear, it's something that we see, especially on the computer screen now, even on stage, of course. But I would love to see you more overtly emotionally invested in the music. Even when you begin a piece, I want to see what character is. I want to have a feeling of what kind of a character you want to produce even before you play it. And so I think working along with Dr. Chen's comments, it's about bringing the characters to life a little bit more. And rather than think of it as an academic thing, but think of it as a personal thing. Think of the different characters, the different moods, the different feelings that the music makes you feel, and then share it with us. And I think that will just give you that extra added dimension to your performance. But overall, a lovely, lovely performance, really well prepared. Bravo.
Hello, Victoria. Thank you so much for your wonderful performance. And also thank you for stepping in as the first contestant today. I totally agree with all my colleagues. I think your Bach is really beautiful. And as my colleague said previously, I think in your playing, I would like to see more colors and more harmonic contrast and tension and release in general. So even in the Bach, I think what would help me play my Bach is I would mark in the keys in different places, and then I would feel them differently, as in just playing the notes as how it's appearing on the music. And that way you can really feel the harmony, where the phrase is going. And the Fernando saw very nice phrasing. I can hear the harmony very well. I think you can feel them more and really mean them. And I think in general, you can just sit back and relax and enjoy the music, because after all, that's what we want to see, like you enjoying your own piece, and just make them more like your version of everything. In general, thank you so much for your playing. Bravo.
And I want to add, thank you so much, Victoria. That was a great pleasure to start the session today with guitar player in the competition finals. For everyone who is joining us just now, this is the live broadcast of performances of musicians from around the world, the Sound Espressivo competition finals. Sound Espressivo competition took a few months, and now in the finals we have a truly international panel of over 40 judges giving comments in the real time. We would like to invite the audience to vote. Please make your voice heard. The winner, the person who receives the most votes from the audience, will receive also the James Adler Audience Favorite Award and prize.
Yes, and without further ado, we have our second contestant. Her name is Dora Mewes, and she's coming to us from Utah, the United States. She's been nominated for the Lyrical Artistic Award, and at the age of 16, she's going to be playing an amazing repertoire for us. Thank you.
Wow, bravo. What an incredible performance. So, Dora, you're only 16. I think that's what we're told here. Really, you're such an accomplished pianist already at this young age. And I just love your touch. You have really a wonderful sense of, you have a wonderful range actually in your playing already. Your touch in the Liszt is wonderful. And the Beethoven, both pieces are very demanding technically, and you've executed both really, really well. And your voicing is always very clear, and you're a very powerful, dynamic player. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, so bravo, overall fantastic performance.
Hi, Dora. Congratulations. First of all, you are playing very beautifully, very energetic, and you are endeavoring something that's really very challenging. The choice of your repertoire, you're playing the appassionato and the Liszt Feux follets. Now, first of all, the appassionato, for the first movement, you captured the spirit really well. and you have a very clear sound that is very defining touch as for the Beethoven. Now, I like your spirit and your characterization. Now, as you build up the theme and all that is very well structured. Now, your voices are well defined and in a good dialogue in between. I clearly feel that you're following all the sounds and the decays. I just have one major suggestion for you is in terms of how you handle the timing. I see that whenever if you have a repeated cycle, I would like to feel more of your inner pulse. Right now, I feel that your pulse is cyclical, but they are predetermined and they are more or less the same. If you can create a pulse within a pulse and within a pulse, circulating back to the pulse, it will give you more organic momentum so that you don't need to feel that you are in the same pulse and you are the main driver for that pulse. That pulse will give you another one and another one that spirals around. And this will give you less of a metrical sense, but rather you feel the subphrase. That's what I feel. Now, with regard to the Feux follet, you definitely have a virtuosic ability to play. You have very crisp touch and quick releases. Now, the next challenge you might consider is go beyond that level of technicalities, of virtuosity or pyrotechnics. Rather, you can think of that your command is way above the challenge of the piece. This will give you a different mindset because now you won't be thinking of, oh, I have to succumb to the demands and what should I be doing? Think of it as just being so easy for you and just play with it, have fun. And when you are doing that, you are able to surpass the demands as written on the score. And you can bring your music to life, to the next level, without that level of constraints, feeling that you are under the music, because you have extreme potential that can be unleashed. And I really see that you can be even better than you already are. And it's a wonderful achievement at this young age. And congratulations and bravo. I look forward to more of your performances.
Bravo, that was a terrific performance, very impressive. Like my colleague said, you have such incredible command of the instrument. Your range of dynamics, your sensitivity to color is really impressive. The only thing that I would have you think about a little bit, in terms of the idea of the pulse, especially in the Beethoven, I was thinking to myself that I would love for you to, or I would love for myself to feel which sections really feel poised and which sections have more of a linear motion, more of an undercurrent that will drive you forward. And for me, it was not as clear as it could be. And I have no doubt that you have the abilities to do that, but I will encourage you to maybe direct your imagination in that direction as well, along with everything else that you're doing so beautifully. Congratulations. Thank you.
Dora, you are such a wonderful, talented young pianist at your age. I thoroughly enjoyed your performance. I don't have a lot of things to add. I mean, I think your musical expression is just wonderful. You have very nice phrasing, and I really appreciate that you phrase everything, even in the most, like the busiest 16th note passages in the Beethoven, and you are very dramatic, very nice character and dynamic contrast. One thing I would say in the Beethoven is if you could emphasize the sforzandes more, because this is very serious music, and so just really mean it every time you see it. And I was thinking in the build up to the appassionato section in your 30-second notes in the G and A flat, I was thinking if you could imagine like the timpani, so it could start even softer, so you can create a more massive build-up. I think that would make it more exciting. But I really, really enjoyed your performance. Thank you so much. Bravo.
Hello, Dora. Congratulations and thank you so much for your performance. I liked your Beethoven very much. Some places I would worry to go a bit more to extremes, even double it, and perhaps changing the moods a tiny bit faster. 1 minute you are there, here, the next moment you are there. Very nice Liszt. Amazing performance tonight. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Wonderful. Dora, thank you so much for such a lush performance with so much variety. It was such a great pleasure to hear this incredible sound of piano filling the room, filling the internet, filling our ears. This was just beautiful. Extremely proud to be presenting you in this competition. Before the next performance takes the stage, we would like to remind everyone we are in the middle of the marathon of Sound Espressivo competition finals. To you, Chris.
Yes, and we want to encourage everyone to vote for their favorite finalists, and you can find the link in the description or also attached below. This is an incredible time for you to vote for your finalists, to show your support and to support our community as well. Without further ado, we want to introduce our next contestant. His name is Colin Chang. He's 17, he comes to us from Ontario, Canada, and he's nominated for the Artistic Award of Lyrical. And we wish you all the best in your performance. Colin, take it away.
Hello everyone, my name is Colin Chang and I'm from Toronto, Canada. One thing I love about my two pieces, the Scriabin Sonata No. 2 and the Prokofiev Sonata No. 4, is the sheer lush warmth of Scriabin's and the cold, bitter harshness of Prokofiev. I hope you enjoy my performance.
Well, Colin, fantastic! Congratulations! What a tremendous performance! I love the colors you're able to create. I love the flow and the ebb of your approach, and um, it was a terrific performance. Really poetic, really imaginative. Bravo!
Colin, first, bravo for playing such a massive, wonderful program. And thank you for offering a large variety of sound, color, character, and demonstrating you're a very versatile player. I love your singing legato sound, and I love your touch, especially in the scriabin. You demonstrated you're a very delicate player, and I love how you breathe with the music, and you're very expressive. In the Prokofiev, I like your attention to details, very mature playing, and I'm hearing lots of contrast in everything, everywhere. It's just amazing. I heard you in the semifinals, and it's so great to have you back here. Thank you so much for playing for us once again. Bravo. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hi, Colin. Bravo. Very lyrical performance indeed. I especially liked Andante from Piano Sonata Fantasy by Alexander Scriabin. Impressed. Yeah. All the best with your future piano concerts, recitals, and competitions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Colin, that was wonderful. Really, you're such a beautiful pianist, and your attention to details is incredible. And in the Scriabin, especially, he is a composer who literally sees colors, or I should say was. And there are layerings of colors that you played that came through really, really clearly. And I especially love the way you play with very, very long lines, and that's quite beautiful. Only one thing I would say about your playing is Prokofiev and Scriabin, but in terms of their style, they're very different, different composers. And I think in the Prokofiev, a lot of times there are a lot of dissonance and percussive kind of rhythmic writing that perhaps could be brought out with a slightly different approach to playing. I think you're such a beautiful, refined player that you want to make every note beautiful. And I think in Prokofiev, sometimes once in a while, it's okay to bring out that dissonant, the very powerful, strong rhythmic patterns that perhaps just explore with a different way of playing that will bring out a whole different character and sound from the piano. But other than that, really bravo, yeah, very very beautiful playing all around. Thank you.
Hi, Colin. Very good accomplishment for such a young age. And I like your artistic maturity in handling your pieces. Now, first of all, for the Scriabin, I feel that you are very sensitive to the colors, and you give me a very wide gradation of palettes of colors, which is fantastic. And I also can hear you breathe, maybe because also your microphone is attached to you, but I like hearing your breath, knowing that you're generating your music through your breath. In the second movement, I would like to hear even more of a feverish intensity, because that way you can draw out more of the dark energy in the second movement of the Scriabin. Because sometimes I hear the challenge is sometimes like you want the colors to be beautiful, but at the same time, you can juxtapose and make a wider contrast so that your more ethereal qualities on the top can be contrasted with the darkness. That would bring it to probably the next level. And I enjoy your playing that you're very sensitive to the tones and you're crafting it as you're playing. I can actually empathize with your playing. Now, when you come to the Prokofiev, I agree with our colleague Annie saying that there could be more variety of differences of touch because they both sound pretty similar right now. And if you can add in some more angular or even crashing of the sounds to create a difference because in the Prokofiev, the characterization you actually did very well. And particularly when you're playing in the lower registers, this is very challenging because what you have to do is to bring out the clarity in the low register. But what you could do here is bring more contrast. And I like the way you handle most of it, but try to create more differences, and it would be even more inspiring. I can see that you are able to bring forth characters. Try to experiment with different qualities of tone and even understand more about different composers and how you can capitalize on the sound. And overall, very wonderful performance. Bravo.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Colin, for this massive program and these two pieces. The fourth Prokofiev sonata is not very often performed, and it deserves full attention. I'm so glad you brought our attention and brought this piece on stage today. This is great. Chris, to you.
Yes, and for everyone who is watching, you are watching the finals of our Sound Expressivo Global Competition 2021. We have 2 days of finals. We had semi-finals in December, and now this is our finals. We're giving time for a lot of our contestants to bring their repertoire, new repertoire in to perform for everybody. So welcome for all those watching. Please leave a comment below, and don't forget that we have a James Adler Audience Favorite Award for those who want to vote for their favorite finalists, and they get not only privilege to perform, but also recognition that you have enjoyed their performances. So please vote at the link below and show your support. And now we have our next contestant, don't we, Dr. Anna?
Absolutely. Let me introduce to stage Lila Norajabo. She's a Hungarian cellist coming to us straight from Hungary, nominated in the artistic category Virtuosity. And virtuosity is faster tempos, remarkable accuracy, challenging choices, dramatic expression. We'll hear all of that and star-like presence definitely in Lila's performance. She will be accompanied by Agata Leonard. And welcome on stage, Lila. Take it away.
Philippe, unmute.
Excuse me? Okay, hello. Leela, bravo, congratulations. That was really fine playing. You clearly play the cello beautifully. I found myself wanting a little more of your personality to come through, particularly in the lyrical sections. I found that it was very well played, but not as, it didn't reach me as much as I felt like it could. And so, and then I think that would provide a wonderful contrast to the very clean virtuosic playing that you provided in the past passages. The one suggestion that I might have for you going forward is, if you look at the score, if you look at where the slurs begin that Saint-Saëns gives you, try being expressive right from the beginning of those slurs. And I think you're going to find that it's going to be a different sense of the phrasing, and it might give you some more options for expression. But overall, I thought generally it was beautifully played, and it's lovely to hear you. So thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Leila. That was really wonderful playing. should I continue? Okay, sorry. I really love your performance. I think in the infamously difficult L to M section, you could have a bit more clarity. I know it's really difficult, but you could try practicing, experimenting with different combinations. So, you know, the data rhythms, and then you can practice in groups of 3, 4, and 5. Just make yourself, you know, feel comfortable with every combination, and then you can do the original. I think at O you can have a more singing baritone sound. One thing I'm noticing is that you tend to lose tension near the ending of phrases, and every time quite similarly. So sometimes, you know, the phrase is still growing and we're not reaching to the point we want to get yet. So if you see a rest, then sometimes within the rest, you want to imagine the phrase still growing bigger. So just something to think about, like how you end each phrase. And the last thing I want to mention is the use of vibrato. I think vibrato is really the biggest gift to us string players. Whenever we want to sing expressively, then we can, you know, use vibrato. So make sure to really sing every note with it. Like an example is I'm hearing da 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 da, and then sometimes you vibrate da da, very good da da da, and then the last one da 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 da, and then with just that one note of non-vibrato, it just is not as singing as before. So that's something to pay attention to. But I really, really enjoyed your performance. Bravo again. Thank you so much.
And I want to take this time to thank Agnes as well. She has to head off to a Baltimore to perform, and so we thank our judge Agnes for joining us, and she'll be back tomorrow to hear the rest of our contestants. Thank you again, Agnes, for your comments.
Thank you so much.
And on to our next Jew. Thank you.
Yeah. Hello, Lila. Thank you for your performance tonight. I guess it's like nearly midnight in Hungary. It was really good to listen to you again. Well done. I liked your performance very much. Maybe one small thing. I would definitely try to play closer to the bridge, especially if you are playing cello concerto with orchestra. Congratulations. I wish you all the best with your cello studies, cello recitals and everything. Thank you.
Leila, that was wonderful. Bravo. It was really, really nice to hear you play. Yeah, overall, I thought you used your bow really, really well, and there are some really exciting moments. So all that's wonderful. You have a beautiful, deep, lower string sounds, which is essential for a cellist or a violist. So bravo there. I just have one little thing, and it's along the same lines as what Agnes said, and it's the vibrato. And one thing as a violist, what I do a lot of times that I find helpful is practice only the left hand, and think of your left hand as an expressive tool. So you could go, when you have a line that you're building up, start with a little bit smaller vibrato and then get more and more intense. There's so many varieties that you can experiment with. So I would definitely try that. And the very opening you entered with this big octave leap. Feel that tension, feel that distance, the leap from the lowest note to the higher note and vibrate on top. Little attention to details like that can make a really, really big difference. But overall, really, really wonderful to hear you play. Bravo.
Hi, Nora. You played beautifully and you had a very confident performance. That's wonderful. I have a little suggestion that I would like to hear more is when you're playing the third movement, the theme actually comes back as a reiterative theme from the first movement. I would have liked to hear it more so that it resonates as a whole composition, even though in the competition you're only playing the third. But that reappearance, resurgence of the theme, if you give it more of a declamatory character, it would be superb. You transmitted very good energy throughout. What I think is you can imagine it less of a virtuosic work, but also look into more refinement of the artistic details, which will give you a lot of richness to communicate your piece. I see that all the fundamentals are very solid, but look in the next level how you can use those artistic possibilities to enhance your performance. That will bring you to the next level. So, very wonderful performance today, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much to all our judges, and thank you, Leila, for performing such a beautiful piece for us. We're going to move on to our next contestant. And by the way, if you're joining us right now, you're watching the finals of the Sound Espressivo Global Competition, which will be held throughout today and also tomorrow. And please join us, and most importantly, please leave a comment right below and give us some feedback. You know, we would love to hear from you, and I'm sure the contestant would also love to hear your feedback and your likes. It's really important for us that we also have a voting system to vote for your favorite finalists, and the link is below. If you vote for them, they'll have a chance to win a prize. So thank you. And with that, we also have our final contestant for tonight, which is Terry G. She coming to us from the US. She's 19 and she is in the nomination category Artistic Award of Profound, which specializes in unique tempo choices, use of silence, tone color, and a hypnotizing presence. Thank you, Terry. Take it away.
Hi Terry. Wow, what a fantastic performance to close, this session tonight. Performed indeed. I liked your Bach very much. Not mentioning really good Beethoven. Congratulations and thank you. All the best.
Thank you.
Terry, wow, that was a fantastic performance. You're so accomplished, both musically and technically, and I especially loved how you began the whole program. You took your time and you were entering your own zone, your own space, and by doing so, you brought us with you into your vision of the music you're going to play. And so, right from the start, we were with you, and we were with you from beginning to the end. Your Bach was so well played. Your articulations was just right. The touch with when you have different articulations in two hands, the voicing was always absolutely clear. So bravo there. The Liszt, the colors are wonderful. Again, wonderful touch. Love your sparkling sounds when you got to the higher registers. In the Beethoven, it was wonderful the way you played it. I would look for greater contrast in general in the Beethoven in terms of dynamics and drive when you have any lines that's kind of pulling you up. Another thing is think about a slightly different touch for the Beethoven. It can use a little more robust and fuller sound in general, but overall, what an incredibly polished artistic performance. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, bravo.
Hi, Terry. I enjoyed your performance very much, and you had some very exuberant playing. And I also like your programming very much because you covered different periods. Now, you delivered great stylistic contrast in each performance. I like your Bach in the sense that in the Prelude, you gave a very declamatory character, totally confident, establishing and grounding your performance. And I also like your control of the fugue. Personally, if I were to perform, I wouldn't have dared to choose that tempo. I might be a little conservative on my side, maybe a little bit slower for me because I need more room to breathe. But if you can do that, well, that's amazing. So you can also consider if there may be other tempo alternatives that you would like to explore. With regard to the Beethoven, you gave a very good character contrast. Consider that you know that there are a lot of short passages with repetitive patterns. In that case, see if you can allow the tension to build rather than having each model exactly after the previous one. That might give you more room for building the tension. And one thing more about Beethoven I want personally to say is there is a good advantage for us to use the silences to help you build your music. I feel that right now you're kind of metrically calculating the silences and haven't yet fully explored its affordances. Consider varying it to expand the possibility of your mood. Now, with regard to the Liszt, I love your playing. And the same thing, now you see that there's a lot of repetitions in the repeated notes, repeated patterns. So because of that inherent nature of the repetitions, consider giving it more artistic variety. Maybe you can play with the rubato, play with the colors, and particularly when you have repeated note of the same note, you can build it up rather than thinking of precision in the sense of being the same. And the last thing is in the casona. It's a sung piece, so you can add in a little bit more breath to it so that you can give the tension of pulling and releases so it become more of a voice character. But overall, I really love your performance. If you allow that repertoire to grow within you, I'm absolutely sure that it can expand your horizons continuously. And as you explore other pieces, you can use that as a seed for growth. Congratulations and bravo. And I really look forward to hearing you again in other occasions and concerts. Bravo.
Terry, congratulations and thank you for a tremendous performance. the contrasts between each composer and each piece were wonderful. I felt like I was listening to a different player for each piece, and I thought the Bach was beautiful. It was poised. It was well thought out and beautifully played. The Beethoven, the contrasts were just wonderful, the voicing and the phrasing. For me, I got the feeling that I was overhearing a wonderful conversation that was being had with all different characters in it. So I thought that was fantastic. On the Liszt, what can I say? It's a very gripping performance. I get the sense that you are phrasing in gestures. I see you. I hear that you are transcending the notes, and to me that for a listener that helps to transport me into that sound world, and I don't become concerned or distracted by the mechanics of playing. So all in all, a wonderful performance, wonderful variety, and immaculate technical control. Bravo.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful performance. What a great pleasure to finish our session with this incredible program. And thank you so much, Thierry. Thank you, judges, for your comments. And we're coming to the close of this session. So I would like to thank the judges for your incredible input today. This was very inspiring for me to listen to your comments and to be part of this. It's an enormous learning experience for me as well. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Philippe. Thank you, Annie, and thank you, Frantisek. What a wonderful experience for me. And before we say goodbye for this session, I would like to again remind everyone that we are presenting finals of the Sound Espressivo competition today. Contestants were competing over several months to reach this stage of the competition. It's the final and last opportunity for them to compete for the top prizes. And this introduces the new concept of judges stepping on air in real time and sharing their impressions, their suggestions, and their advice to the young musicians as they are growing. We would like to also invite the audience to please vote for your favorite performer as you're watching, and your vote really counts, because the contestant who will receive majority of the votes will receive James Adler Award, the prize which was established to honor the contestant who was the most popular among the audience. And to you, Chris.
Yes, we want to also thank our audience, but also our contestants and everyone who performed, and most of all, thanks to our judge for all these thoughtful comments. And we have a really incredible team behind the scenes who does a lot of the tech checks, make sure everyone is performing at the best, not only with their sound, but also feeling comfortable. And we have green rooms that facilitate that. So we want to thank our team who work behind the scenes to make sure all of this is possible. And we also want to invite everyone to watch our other sessions as well. We have 2 days of finals. It's
quite a marathon.
It's quite a lot happening, yeah. And I think it's incredible, a testament to not only our team, but also to you, Dr. Anna, for organizing everything and making it all possible.
Well, this is a group effort. This is a competition created by a large community of professional musicians, and I want to also make a note that everyone in the magic back end of this process, of this live broadcast in the green rooms, and the whole tech of it is taken care of by professional musicians. That's probably why the contestants sound so good on stage.
Definitely.
Yeah, because their their microphones and everything is fine-tuned by musicians who are helping them to be heard and seen in the best possible way.
So we have our next session will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll have more contestants playing then. And so if you want to vote for your favorite finalists, again, the link is in our description and also below. Make sure you support these contestants who pour their heart out and their efforts out for you to perform. And there will be prizes, there'll be galas, but this is a really important part because they're really sharing their work and their efforts with you.
Yes, and we would like to also thank very much sponsors and supporters of this competition. We have 19 companies providing and sponsoring prizes for the winners of this competition. And we would like to also thank the History of Music channel for helping us reach you, our audience. And we are really grateful for all the teachers and fans and supporters of the contestants. It takes a village to raise a child. I think it takes a whole city, if not a country, to raise a musician. So it's really by your hands and by your support, by your encouragement, the music can stay alive and can be presented in such an engaging way. Thank you all very much.
Yeah, we'll see you all next time. Thank you.
See you at 8 p.m. Bye now.
No matter where you are or who you are, music connects us all. We started with a dream, but now we are paving the future. Welcome to the Sound Espressiva Global Competition. Fully virtual, yet bringing musicians closer together than ever before, now on a global scale. True live, inclusivity, diversity, connection, community, an extraordinary array of judges. Get noticed by companies all over the world. Prizes, scholarships, performance opportunities. Apply to be a part of the most exciting congregation of artists like nothing you've ever seen before. We guarantee quality and leave no musician behind. We can't wait to hear you on the virtual stage.